Hello bookflowers and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Kristen. My channel is Perks of a Bookflower and we have reached the end of November. And today I just want to share with you some of my favorite things from this month. These are a few of my favorite things. So to get started, we'll do as you would expect and talk about the books that I read. So to wrap up my reading for this month, I read 3 books. And I know by BookTube standards, that's not a lot, but I feel really proud of that. For me this month, it was very busy, holiday things, my birthday, etc. And so the fact that I was even able to read 3 makes me happy. The first book that I read this month was October Kiss. I read it right at the beginning of the month, and it's such a cute little sweet romance story. So this is a book that was actually written based off a Hallmark movie. Like, the book came after the movie. And while normally that would make my skin curl, I liked this book because all I wanted was a book that felt like a Hallmark movie, and it did suffice. It met the need. So October Kiss is basically the story of our main character who becomes a nanny for this family, and it's hard. She wants to give up, like she's done with everything else in her life, but she decides to stick to it. And sticking to the nanny job, it opens her heart to some new adventures that changes how she views the world. So it has, everything you would expect in a Hallmark movie. And without giving spoilers, I can't really tell you anything more. I loved it because I thought it was super atmospheric. They go to pumpkin patches, they have Halloween trick-or-treating, and I don't know, it was just everything I wanted at the time. So it was really great. I gave it 3 stars because it wasn't revolutionary, but it was solid and atmospheric and sweet. And so if you're looking for something like that, I do highly recommend. The second book that I finished this month was the Parisian Christmas Bake Off. You can tell I went from wanting fall vibes to right into that Christmas spirit. And let me tell you, this book really delivered. So the Parisian Christmas Bake Off is basically Great British Bake Off, but in Paris. And I absolutely loved it. So it follows our main character who is a teacher, but she has a gift for baking, and she always has. She just kind of stopped baking because her mother passed away, and her mother was a baker, and so now when she bakes, it makes her really sad, understandably so. But then her friends enter her in the competition secretly, and she decides, you know what, I'm just gonna go. And she goes off to Paris and enters this baking competition. And the story is all about how she does in each round and the interactions she makes with the other competitors. And it's Paris and it's Christmas and there's cookies and cakes, and what more do you want? I swear this book has gotten to me where all I want to read now is Christmas books that take place in bakeries. It's honestly such a niche interest. It spoiled me for everything else. So yeah, thank you, book, for that, because I feel ruined. Really though, it's such a beautiful book, and it has a sweet message in it, but I think what I loved the most was the atmosphere. Once more, it was holly and jolly and sweet, and there were great descriptions of Paris and beautiful lights, and overall, I loved it. So I think its genre is like a romance. To me, it's not though. It's just like a cozy, wholesome story. And I gave it 4 stars because the level of atmosphere and also personal interest in baking made me love the book even more than I think maybe another person averagely would. And the last book that I finished this month is the book Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Have you heard about the Netflix show or the Netflix movie that came out? You probably have. And totally watch it, but watch it after you read the book because holy moly, I love that book. This was my second time reading Rebecca, and if anything, I feel like I just loved the book more than I did the first time. If you don't know anything about the story of Rebecca, this story follows our unnamed protagonist, who is just starting a new chapter in her life. She's young, she is the attendant of a wealthy woman, and then she meets a man named Max De Winter, and they fall in love and get married, and then the story really begins. And it turns out that Max was actually previously married before to a woman named Rebecca, and Rebecca has left some big shoes behind her that the new Mrs. De Winter needs to fill. It's suspenseful and gothic. It's a modern classic. It's beautiful. It's one of those books that will forever be in my heart, and it's absolutely a 5-star read. So that's just a little wrap up of the 3 books that I read in November. Definitely let me know in the comments below what books you read this month as well. I'd love to know. And now we'll just have a little chat about some non-bookish things that meant a lot to me this month. And the first one is, guys, I have discovered a new love. Yes, that's right. And its name is not books. I mean, I still love them more than life itself, but I am in love with baking cookies, cupcakes, cakes, everything. Literally, the other day, I was just practicing piping little rosettes and flowers on a paper towel with some icing that I made myself. I have been hit by the baking bug, and so now I'm baking as often as I can, and even creating like baking schedules. I want to give like baked goods to my loved ones. It's just become this crazy, all-consuming passion. And I just hope that I don't overdo it and, you know, get some weight on my thighs. Another favorite of mine this month is a coffee I've tried. It's Barney's Christmas coffee. And holy moly, it's so good. It has like caramel, coconutty vibes, and it just tastes exactly like Christmas. So I have the K-Cups and I just pop them in my Keurig, and it just makes the most heavenly, divine coffee. So if you're looking for a good holiday brand to try, I do recommend it. It's so yummy. As you probably would expect, another favorite of mine this month is Hallmark Christmas movies. I have made it my mission to watch every single new Hallmark Christmas movie that comes out this month, and I even use an app to keep up with them. So I have I don't know if you probably can't see this, but it's this one right here, the Hallmark movie checklist. I mark off every time I finish watching a new Hallmark Christmas movie. I think there are like 20 or something. I can't remember. There's a few this month, and I've already watched 10 of them. So they're just cozy and wonderful, and you know what you're expecting, and it just puts me in the Christmas spirit. So definitely loving that one. And then unexpectedly, another new favorite of mine in the month of November has actually been something that involves physical exertion, running. I know it's surprising, but because you see here, I clearly don't have much muscle, right? But yeah, this month I really loved going to the park where I take my walks, and I just noticed that I felt like I could go faster when I was walking, and just naturally I feel like my body wanted to just be running instead. So I'm not really pushing myself. It's kind of just like a natural progression, I guess, from walking to running. And I find it really therapeutic, especially after Thanksgiving food. I really appreciated my run, but it's just started to be something that my body craves too. So it's a newfound enjoyment of mine. And then last favorite of the month, I would say, is going to be a YouTuber that I have found. Her name is Allison, and she's a lifestyle vlogger, and she's so cute. We're the same age. And she posts a lot of content like about days in her life, and it's just, I don't know, I guess just watching someone who's really similar to me and who likes the same things, and she has coffee recipes and home decor, and she's very seasonal. So her videos and the things she's doing, they seem to relate a lot around like fun seasonal things. So it really kind of plays off of my vibe to just be super seasonal and atmospheric, basically. Watching her videos is kind of like watching a relaxing Hallmark movie. So there you have it. Those are all of my favorite things from the month of November. I would love to know any favorite that you have this month, whether it was a book that you read or a show that you watched. Absolutely let me know. I look forward to reading it in the comments below, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Thanks for stopping by, Bookflowers. Bye.